Hello, this is William from Visual Components. In this video, I'm going to show you how to import and export floor plans. A floor plan can help you build a layout in the 3D world. So let's start and practice by building a layout in the 3D world, exporting it as a floor plan, and then importing that floor plan and building a layout from it. So clear the 3D world of all components. I'll now go to my eCatalog panel, expand models by type, click feeders. I will now add a basic feeder to the 3D world, which you can see here. I'll now go back to my eCatalog panel and expand conveyors, click Visual Components, and I'll add this first conveyor item to the 3D world, and notice it automatically plugged itself into the feeder here. Let's now create a drawing of this layout. So I will go to the Drawing tab, and in the Create View group here, I will click Top to automatically create a top drawing view of the layout. Let me zoom in for you. So this was made using orthographic projection. So this is an orthographic drawing. And in the Drawing Properties panel, you can see its scale is 1:1. I now want to export this drawing as a floor plan, so I will go to the Export group, click Drawing, and in the Export Drawing task pane, I will choose a file format of DXF, and then click the Export button here. I will now save the file. The file is now created, so I will go back to the Home tab. I will clear the 3D world by pressing the Control N key. I won't save the layout. I now want to import the floor plan, so I will go to the Import group, click Geometry, select the geometry file, in this case the DXF file I just created, then click Open. In the Import Model task pane, I will keep the default import options, and then click the Import button here. And here's the imported floor plan. Great. Now, when you import the drawing, you have to be careful what projection you're using in the 3D world. So notice here in the 3D world toolbar, I'm using perspective. Orthographic is not turned on, but you can turn it on and work that way if you want to. So here's orthographic. What if I change it to perspective? You can see a change happen there. So I will keep it in perspective. I'll now add the components I need. So I need a feeder and a conveyor. So in the eCatalog panel, I will drag that conveyor item into my layout. Let's now click feeders and add that basic feeder. And you can see the feeder is not at the location we want. We want the feeder to be over here. So we could use the snap tool. If I go to the tools group, click snap, I can now snap the origin of the selected component to a point, and I can point at it to preview the location, which is what I'm doing now. So I can preview by snapping it to one of these edges. But you can see if I pick the corner point here, the origin of the feeder is snapping to that corner point, and we don't want that. So I will press the escape key to exit out of the snap command. Then go back to the tools group and use the align command. So the align tool allows you to pick the point you want to snap from. So the target geometry in this case is the bottom corner point here of the feeder. So I will click that, and now I can preview where that corner point will snap to. So I'm snapping the feeder to this location using that target geometry. So the preview here looks good, so I will click the point to confirm the change. Now, of course, if you make a mistake, you can press the Control plus Z key to undo that movement. But I do want to go here, so I will click it there. There we go. So this makes moving and positioning the conveyor a lot easier, so I can select it in the 3D world and then use the PMP command to plug the conveyor into the feeder. And now it's positioned properly. Let's go ahead and change the perspective back to orthographic. And I will unplug the feeder from the conveyor. And a shortcut for the align command is to use the shift key. So first select the component you want to move, hold on the shift key, and notice you can preview a point on the component that you can snap from. So I want to snap from this corner point here. So I will now hold down the left mouse button. Let me do that again. And now I can snap the feeder from that point to an edge here or a point there. And there we go. I can continue to align the object by using a second point, so I can pick the point here. And notice I can kind of rotate the component along that axis. I can also pick a third point. Let me show you how that works. So I will use the Shift command again. And then let's pick that point there. Fix the orientation. And now I can pick this third point here. But we probably don't want this. So after making that change, let's press the Ctrl+Z key. And another option you have is to go to your Quick Access toolbar, click the Customize Quick Access toolbar arrow here, and turn on your undo and redo commands. Alright, this completes the video. If you have any more questions, please feel free to visit our forum at forum.visualcomponents.com, and I hope you have a wonderful day.